Hey guys, today we're gonna be making CannaOil. Today I've got olive oil. This is infused with THCA hemp flower, and you'll be able to use this to cook or in any of your salads or with breads. First step you want to do is to preheat your oven to 245 degrees Fahrenheit. And now we want to break down and grind your flour. I've got THCA hemp flour here, and we're gonna use a grinder. You don't wanna use a food processor because you don't wanna get it too fine. The steps to this are fairly simple. You'll just break it down and get it on a baking sheet with parchment paper because we're gonna put it in the oven to decarb it. And you'll want to use a 1-to-1 ratio of your flour and your oil. For me, I'm gonna be using 1 cup of olive oil and 1 cup of flour. So we're gonna go ahead and scoop a cup into here. I'm just gonna spread it all over the parchment paper, get a nice flat even surface. You're gonna put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. At 10 to 15 minutes, you'll want to do a quick stir with a spoon so that you can get all the sides nicely toasted. And this is ready to go in the oven when your oven is ready. So we've got the flour in the oven, and you're probably wondering why we even put it in there to begin with. The flour has to go in the oven to get heated up to activate the THC compound. The THC compound is the stuff that makes us happy and fun. I'm so hot. I'm so elevated. But while that's being heated up, we're gonna go ahead and set up a double boiler here. We've got a pot and we've got a bowl, and I've got 1 cup of water. What you wanna do is go ahead and put that 1 cup of water into your pot, and we're gonna put this bowl right on top whenever it starts to boil, and we're gonna reduce it to simmer. This process is so that you don't burn your oil. You don't wanna overheat your oil as you're trying to infuse. Now it's time to check on our flour in the oven. It's time to bring it out, and we're gonna let this boil up. So now that your water is boiling, we're gonna turn it down a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and put this bowl right on top. And you want to take your 1 cup of olive oil and put it directly into there. And we're gonna let that heat up for just a minute before we infuse the herbs into it. So now that it's ready for your herb, you're gonna want to take your herb and just get it together on the parchment paper like this. And I'm just gonna directly do this. This is the easiest method. We're just gonna put it right into the oil. And now you just want to make sure that your herb is getting fully immersed in that oil. And we're going to give it a good stir once every 20 to 30 minutes. You want to infuse it for about 2 hours. You can infuse it up to 6 hours. 2 hours should be plenty. If you want it to be more potent, you can always use more flour or infuse it for longer. So as your oil is infusing, you want to occasionally stick a thermometer in it to check the temperature. You want the temperature to be anywhere between 160 degrees to 180 degrees. You don't really want to go over 180 degrees because you don't want your oil to burn. It's green. While we wait, let's take a laser break with the Hitoki Saber. That's yummy. So now that your oil has been sitting for at least 2 hours, you should get a nice darker color like so, and it's ready to be put into your cheesecloth. I have a little cup here with the cheesecloth in it, and also some oven mitts because this will be hot, so make sure you have something to protect your hands when you take this off of the pot. So now that you've got it off of your double boiler, You're gonna take this and pour it directly into your cheesecloth to strain out your oil, just like that. But remember not to squeeze it because you don't want that chlorophyll taste in your oil. And you just wanna let that drip all the way down. And then what you wanna do is you wanna store it in a glass jar. You wanna store it in a glass container and keep it in a cool, dark spot, just like in your pantry. And you can use this on your salad, pizza, breads. Personally, I cook everything with olive oil. And one of my favorite ways to actually use olive oil is to eat it with some bread and cracked pepper and Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna move this all to the side here. Got some freshly grounded black pepper here. I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this oil in. It's nice and hot so the cheese will melt into that as well. I've got some Parmesan cheese and some black pepper. And we've got our bread right here. I personally like the inside of breads, so Italian bread is one of my favorites. I don't really like the crust, so don't judge me for eating it this way. But just get all that goodness up with some Parmesan cheese on it. That is so good. That is really, really good. Remember, potency is all depending on you. Start little, start small, and add more as you feel like you need it. This is how you make CannaOil. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I cannot.
So just throw up a peace sign and we'll fade the logo.
Yep. Say goodbye. I'm so hungry.